Hey, Christy Mattoon here from Rewire. Thank you so much for being here. Wherever you're seeing this, whatever platform you're on, please subscribe, like, or follow. I always greatly appreciate that. And if this resonates with you, share it. Share it with whoever else it might benefit or help. So today I'm actually answering a question. I almost said asking. I'm answering a question that I've heard asked quite a few times in the last so often. And it actually started affecting me a little bit after I'd heard it so many times. And the question that they were asking was, what is wrong with me? Always followed by a big sigh. What is wrong with me? Well, my answer is usually the same. Probably nothing. But you have to get to a place where you actually recognize that. You have to get to a place in your journey, in your spiritual journey, in your physical journey. You have to get to a place where you can actually recognize that there's nothing wrong with you. And as you go on this journey, as you go through this lifetime, the things that you notice, the cycles you find yourself in, the patterns that go on around you, the atmosphere, the environment you find yourself trapped in, are merely made up by your mind, right? It's the illusion that we talk about. It's the illusion that we're told about. And it's hard to understand this as an illusion because it's so solid. And the more you try and figure it out, the more you try and dive face first into it to understand it, the more solid it tends to get. And it's because you're applying attention to the matter or to the substance, to the thing that you're struggling with. Does that make any sense? And so it turns into more matter and it turns into more of a struggle. So the thing that you think is wrong with you isn't really wrong with you, it's just a thing. And it doesn't really have anything to do with who you are as a soul. It's happening around you. And the question is, what are you doing internally? What are you doing inside yourself to handle it? What are you doing to correct the system so you don't have to deal with that thing anymore? Now, a lot of times what we try and do for this kind of stuff is we try and go and alleviate the thing itself because we think the thing is the problem, but the thing isn't the problem. It's inside of us where we're paying so much attention to the thing is the problem. And if you can divert your attention away, put your attention on something else, on something that'll actually help you prosper and grow, you can all of a sudden notice that thing isn't such a big deal anymore. And it's really as simple as that. That's the simplicity of it. The hard part is getting yourself to train your mind to focus on the thing that you want and in the direction that you want. To be able to do that takes a bit of a practice. And I talk about this all the time. What are you practicing? Because if you're not practicing something beneficial, if you're not practicing saying words that in turn create thoughts, that in turn create the feeling, you're going to find yourself really struggling. If you're not sitting down and trying to create a feeling that's so rich and wonderful that it creates a thought and then you speak words of life through it, and all of a sudden you see your world around you magnify and start to grow, right? That's how it works. And you can do it from either angle. You can start with the thought and the spoken word and then feel the feeling, because it will create that. Or you can create the feeling of the thing that you want and then think about it and then speak it into life. You can do it either direction. It works both ways. It's kind of fun, actually. But the thing is, you have to really put the focus and the effort into what you're wanting and not into what you're not wanting. And it's interesting when you start to realize that on this journey how much control you actually do have, and you put into practice something, you put into place the practice that's going to cause something that's going to give you reason to move your life in a different direction. But it is about that feeling, and it's about that focus, and about that thought that you have and the way you speak about it. It all comes together. I did a video a little while ago that was about thoughts and how thoughts create more thoughts. And they do. On either end of the spectrum, actually, you can look at it either direction. If you're thinking a thought it's going to create more thoughts, and it's attaching to a feeling. And when that feeling gets big enough, it attaches in the subconscious, right? It takes that big feeling, and all of a sudden it's alive in your subconscious. And that's what we want to do with the good stuff. We want to implant the idea of being in flow. What is the feeling of being in flow? We want to take that feeling and we want that to be your subconscious. We want that to be your subconscious drive, your subconscious thought, your subconscious way of being. Because honestly, you are in flow, whether you're in a good flow or a bad flow. It's just most of us were implanted with this idea that there isn't a good flow, that you're stuck where you are and you're not going to be able to move or budge. You have to fight your way and shuffle your way out of it. And you really don't. You really don't. I hope this makes sense and I hope it helps. Listen to it a few times. See if it'll resonate with you a little bit. Leave comments below. As always, I love that and I try to answer all of them. And I hope to be speaking to you soon. You can always go to my website and get on a free 15-minute call. I had a young lady do that this morning who was in Thailand, a yoga instructor. Absolutely awesome to speak with her. It was so much fun. Also, go take a look. It is not on my website. I'll post the link right below this video. Take a look for my new year-long course that I'm starting. It's a month by month on how to do exactly what I'm talking about here. How to get from where you're at to where you want to be. We're going to do it in 12 months, and it's going to be so set up in your system that it'll be your new way of being. And it's however you choose it. It's whatever that feeling is to you or whatever that stream of flow is to you. So look below, find this link, and I can't wait to talk to you soon.